And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to these now semi-finals of the Fighter Cup number 6. Welcome to the playoffs. Again, this is a monthly CIS regional tournament, and we've had an intense weekend already. Group stage into group stage, playoffs well underway. Now we've reached our top four. Top four players are remaining, and who will advance on to the grand finals? We're here to find out. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have the red Protoss player, the favorite player to win the entire tournament. Can anyone bring him down? Can anyone stop this Royal Rotor? For Team Liquid, it is SKillous. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player. Bit of an underdog, bit of an odd one. It is Strange. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. As a reminder, this is a prediction for the full best of 5, not for a shorter series, not for the game, not for a best of 3, best of 5 instead. Oh boy, a lot of matches are ahead of us here. And for now, 2 gate openers. 2 gate opener out of SKillous, likewise 2 gate opener out of Strange. 2 gate openers all around. So far, everything looking as it should. But again, Strange, he's almost like the Protoss version of Milky Cow, where, again, if you're unfamiliar with Strange, Strange is hyper aggressive. He's very cheeky, very cheesy, comes up with his own builds, comes up with his own styles, and is typically hyper aggressive. That might be a little bit different in the PvP matchup. We're here to find out. We are here to find out, as I believe Strange had a positive record against Shameless in the group stage. We were unable to see the matches ourselves, but he had a good result. We'll see if he can reflect that, if he can replicate that here against SKillous. It's not going to be easy. See in the chat where they're like, oh, wait, I'm going to remember Milky Cow now. He's a mad cow. Moo. That's his war cry. Let's go. We say ka. He says moo. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Ah, beautiful. And so now we are settling in. Again, 2 gate opener into an expansion, going for a single sentry into a faster nexus. So Strange cutting corners, being greedy, and meanwhile across the map does go for the pylon block. We see that SKillous did make 2 units, so in the end, Strange actually beating SKillous at the game of greed. So greedier build here, more economic build by Strange. We'll see if SKillous can punish and knock him down. Let's go. As both players, they take into their own Twilight Councils, Twilight Council into Blink. There's no fast Robo, no fast Stargate, nothing crazy happening yet, as we do see SKillous moving out initially. Again, he scouted, he saw that there were less units to defend, so he knows that Strange did cut corners for the faster expansion, which means, hey, it means that SKillous has more units, has more potential to get damage done early on. Now, sentries this early on are pivotal. The reason for this, as you can imagine, no blink. There is no blink currently, so Strange or either player could try to lock down some units early on and catch each other off guard. Alas, SKillous backs off, only goes in for the scout. Okay. Just dips in for the scout. Checks the main, checks the natural. And pulls away. Hold on. PvP unwinnable. There we go. Protoss. Imba versus Protoss. True, true. PvP is unwinnable. Unwinnable. We know this to be true. It is known. As Hallucination does check the main. Behind this, we have a faster Forge for Strange, rushing into +1. Meanwhile, SKillous delaying his upgrades, going to a faster 3rd. Interesting. So this will help SKillous catch up economically. I mean, I say catch up economically. Strange only have 1 probe. But SKillous going for a more economic follow-up into a Robo. Strange instead will have a timing where he's up in upgrades, where he has +1 over his opponent. We go. As both players are building up. Strange dipping into the main, confirming the delayed tech, the delayed buildings here of SKillous, and likewise we'll confirm the faster third nexus. So Strange now knows. Strange, he knows that of course his base is later, but he does have that timing with his upgrades. We could see Strange to try to hit a timing with +1, otherwise he could try to hit a later timing with +2 instead. Could try to hit with +2. For now we have a much more passive game here. Both players expanding, both players teching in their own ways. There are some slight deviations between SKillous and Strange, but we're both heading in the same direction so far. Far so good. SKillous threatens a move out. Now pulling back. Again, just chilling. We have charge on the way. We have the prism as well. This is to reinforce. So SKillous with this war prism most likely is going to be somewhat assertive and somewhat aggressive. You know, Strange still just calming things down. Building up his immortal counts. Neither player has teched up into Archons yet. And of course, SKillous with the faster third base does have the better economy. Has taken that away from Strange. So we got SKillous does push. Again, just waiting for that war prism. I'm not so certain he's going to commit. He might poke in and spot the army, but pushing into that immortal is not going to be easy. SKillous, he takes the fourth base behind this. Zelse distracting on the right hand side. SKillous, he does push in. Last Strange in position. Does force with the ramp. SKillous, he does push in, does continue. Catching out a Stalker. One Stalker goes down. Sentry as well. Very nice pickoffs. Yeah, SKillous out trading Strange here with those force fields. Just locking him down. Speaking of that, no, the Immortal's exposed. He wants it, he gets it as well. Goes to the dive, gets one, he gets two. Both Immortals forward with that. SKillous, he breaks through. He breaks through the defensive line. No shield battery, no Immortals left. And SKillous, he has done it. Once again, force field into the mineral line. Another Immortal has arrived. Once again, dives in and brings it down. And we need reinforcements. There they are. Zelse waddle in. GG gets called. And SKillous, he takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, a pretty passive game overall. Both players just building up towards that 3-base economy. And even when it came to the move out from SKillous, the supplies was still actually very, very close. But as we mentioned, it came down to the control, came down to the force fields of SKillous, who was able to pick away and pick apart the army, getting a couple of Stalkers here and there, getting a Sentry here and there, and most importantly, catching that first Immortal. Once the first Immortal overextended, once the first Immortal went down, that was game. That was game then and there, as very quickly everything escalated out of control and SKillous was able to overwhelm. GG. GG, well played. The blink of an eye does take it. And with that, SKillous does take a lead in the series. Does take a lead, but best of 5. We still have plenty of games ahead of us. I want to believe we can bounce back. I want to believe that Strange can make a series out of this, but the pressure is now on. Pressure is on. SKillous has a lead. Game 2 is going to be on Abyssal Reef. Here we go. Here we go. So we are leading into that next game. Into a much larger map in the map. Much larger map. And this morning, in the bottom right hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the red Protoss player representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. Again, he is the favorite player to be our Royal Roader. Can he keep going? Can he keep on that road? It is SKillous. Nikita. Let's go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and tie things up. It is Strange. We go. go. So we are settling into game number 2. Again, we're loading into one of the largest maps in the map pool, second largest, second only to Neon Violet Square. A lot of bases, very defendable 3, 4, 5 base setup, known for macro games, but in PvP it's a little bit different. I mean, in this matchup here, of course, you can reinforce a lot faster across the map, despite how large the map is with the help of a Warp Prism. I mean, it doesn't matter, you can just reinforce then and there, due to the, of course, Warp Gate mechanic. Likewise, proxy pylons, likewise, a lot of proxy locations as well in general here on Abyssal Reef. So, despite the map typically being more macro-oriented in the PvP matchup, I mean, we could still see a bit of a shorter game or something more aggressive instead. It's still possible. And so far, at least in game 1, strangely enough, playing standard, right? He played very standard, very straight up in game 1. We saw Strange be an animal last night, and I do recommend the VODs of Strange versus Nickrack, for example, or even Strange in his PvZs. We had some crazy games and some very fun matches. I'm bringing it back to Strange versus Wayne. If you remember that series, that was crazy. Seeing Strange and Wayne go at each other and just have these very chaotic game states was a lot of fun, is what I will say. It was a very fun series and very fun games, but we're not seeing any of that here against SKillous, and it's possible that maybe he is more standard in PvP. It's possible. I mean, that would be similar to Honmono. If you remember, if you watch Honmono games, you would know that Honmono, he's hyper aggressive and hyper all in against Protoss and even against Zerg, but he's a little more macro oriented against Terran. Maybe. But now, we do have our Stargate before Nexus, so tech first here by SKillous, going for the Stargate into Oracle, into Harassing. Meanwhile, a Pylon is dealt with, and Strange will expand back at home. So faster Nexus out of Strange, faster Oracle out of SKillous. Here we go. As the Stargate is done, Oracle is on the way. First Adept waddling in. Does dive in. Catching a probe. Gets one, gets two. Oh my god. Yeah, 2 probes going down. Very nice pickups here. Very nice by SKillous. Likewise settling into his Oracle, likewise making his way towards that natural. Second Oracle's on the way as well. SKillous is committing. He's committing in. Yo, shout out to the fish. As SKillous rotate towards the main, Stalkers are in position. Despite that, he gets one, just one. Just one probe goes down. Oracle forced back. Of course, because of the Stargate opener of SKillous, faster Blink is on the way for Strange. As Blink is in production. Delayed Blink for SKillous. But he has 2 Oracles, so he can still make up for that. Only getting 1 probe so far. And Strange, he's in position here at the natural as well. He's ready. Okay, he just got the Stargates earlier. Is repaired. We'll lose 1 more probe. Oh, 3 more probes even. Not bad. That's 4 in total. So 4 probe kills and both Oracles survive. Bearing in mind, especially with the NG overcharge, they can come back. They can throw down stasis traps. They can be used defensively as well. Not just to kill probes. Speaking of, they are looking to delay the expansion. Oh. Yeah, the probe does get caught. Revelation off. Oracles pull away. Once again, faster Forge and faster +1 from Strange. As a reminder, Strange did have the upgraded advantage over SKillous last game. And is looking to do the same this game as well. SKillous fanning out, making sure there's nothing crazy going on out of the map. Strange getting his 3rd. Still probing. probing up. Strange even making some hallucinated stalkers just in case. As SKillous is committing. He's expanding behind this, but of course his third base is a little bit later than his opponent's. He's spotted by the probe. Strange getting in position. Does react. He reacts to the army. +1 is going to finish in time for this. Oh, hello. Goddamn shark. Every time. They poke in. And ideally does want the army to follow him into these stasis traps. Now blinks away, respects the army, shield battery coming in clutch. Does preserve everything. Oh! Baits out the stasis, Strange! Very nice move. Baits out the stasis, he holds here at his third. Shield battery is out of energy though. Sentry goes down for a Stalker. 1-to-1 trade. At the same time, Adepts shading towards the natural. Strange is distracted. 3 probes going down. 4 probes even. 4 probe kills. Oh! Strange chasing down SKillous. 2 more stasis traps. Did take 1 to the face. Oh! Once again, another bait. Oh no, but who baits who here as there was a second stasis. Ay, ay, ay. Strange triggered 1, but not quite the other. Still though maintains a higher Stalker count. Forcing SKillous back. Remember, Strange did have the upgrade advantage, getting a 4th base behind this. And SKillous, he has to retreat, and he's building up towards +1, and now charge. I'll say Strange in a better position. He has more probes. Both players taking their 4th bases. But now Strange, he has +2 that's almost done, and immortal production as well. So a big window here where he has +2. Let's go. He has that timing. We'll see when he moves out. Folks being knocked down. Strange actually not going for that +2 timing. He's going for +3. +3 is on the way. It's being credited as we speak. We have Temple Archives as well for Archon production. Strange, he is not being aggressive. He's going to turtle. He's turtling up into Charshal Archon. And instead, SKillous is going to be the aggressor. SKillous is poking in. Hoping to force a cancel. Strange is secure. SKillous has map control. And ideally, SKillous does want to try to pull Strange apart here. The main Stalker army does poke in towards that natural base. And Zolt's ready for a run by. Alas, with those immortals, Strange, he's holding on. Does look like the Stalkers. SKillous, he attempts to dive. Does attempt. Once again, poking in is going to be a tri-pronged attack. We have a war prism here on the right hand side, Zealous towards the left, and main army towards the center. But Strange, his army here is just so robust. SKillous skipping tech into disruptors though. Okay. Disruptors are on the way. We're building up those disruptors. That is a way for SKillous to kind of make up for his army. +3 is done. Strange moves out. As he moves out, here comes that run by. Zealous towards the bases. Ooh, takes the states to the face. Strange so far cleaning up those zealots. Not really sustaining many losses. Stasis goes off with the Archons. Brutal connections. Losses for Strange. Likewise, he gets supply blocked. It's also being dealt with. Disrupt has arrived. Shows that Nova. Nova goes up. Ooh, gets shut down though. Nice dive there from Strange. Takes down the Disruptor, takes down the Stasis in the face. Yeah, the Stasis traps, they are brutal. But that's 4 Immortals. Strange, he's pushing through. He's gaining ground. There's no Stasis. Does go off once again. Stalkers, they dive in. They get 1, they get 2 Immortals. They only get 2 though. Barely getting 3. There's 1 Immortal left. Nova goes up. No major connection. The splits, Pappy. The splits. They're good. And Strange, he's done it. He breaks through. His snowball's out of control. And we're making a series out of this. Let's go. Bust into the mineral line. Nova goes off. Good connection on the Zealots. But despite that, the base goes down. 22 probe kills. Strange, he is snowballing out of control. Again, he was able to reach his final form. That +3 timing. Massive connection. The Novas, though. Oh my god. The Novas are crazy. It may not matter, but still. Crazy connections. As they'll say, chase them down. There's another warp in. Archon's gonna fall, but GG gets called, and Strange ties up the series 1-1. Let's go. Does tie up the series. We have a back and forth. We have a series ready for us. Let's go. And again, Strange, never count him out. Even against some of the best players in the world, like SKillous, Strange can bring them to their knees. Again, Strange having a much more defensive approach here, just turtling up, rushing into his upgrades, rushing into that +3 timing, of course, able to build up his Archon count, his Immortal count over time, getting up to 4 base saturation, and was able to snowball out of control from there. GG. GG, well played, making really good use of the map itself, making good use of Abyssal Reef. I can see him doing this again on some of these other maps like Amygdala. I can see this working on Amygdala. I can see this working on Neon Violet Square. I have a harder time seeing this working on smaller maps though. So I'm curious what the vetoes are. I'm curious what map we load into. Do we load into another large defensive map or a smaller, more aggressive map? Where are we dropping? We have the answer. Game 3 is going to be on Amygdala. Oh, okay. And I can get behind Strange playing the same way. Same way on Amygdala here, where he is able to rush into faster upgrades, be more defensive, get into his 3rd base, into his 4th base. We'll see if Strange takes the same approach or if he does mix it up. We'll see. We shall see. As you can hear the beeps, we are loading into Amygdala. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the potential Royal Roader himself, but struggling a little bit in this series, showing some weakness. Can he bring it back? For Team Liquid, it is SKillous. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player himself, causing that upset, making a series out of this, and he has momentum on his side. It is Strange. Here we go. And again, I expect more of the same here, at least loading into Amygdala. We'll see if Strange mixes it up. Likewise, we'll see if SKillous does also incorporate a more defensive and more greedy or economic style. We'll see how SKillous does adapt. And now, opening up. Getting into our standard openers. Gases are being taken, and Gateway is about to be thrown down. There's that 2-gate opener out of Strange. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of SKillous as well. This leads into the Cyber Core, it leads into the first 2 units, and leads into the natural expansion. Skills moving out with his probe scouts. Likewise, Strange doing the same. Making sure they keep tabs on each other. We're good to go. Are moving out. And they'll confirm that there's no proxy. Again, there's no shenanigans, no proxy from either player. Probes are slipping in, and they confirm that the pylon is where they should be. Pylon in the main base for SKillous, and the main base for Strange as well. And after that last game, I can see how Strange was able to take down Shameless. See that, again, at least in the PvP matchup, Strange, he does not have to rely on a cheeky and cheesy play. Not in this matchup. The others, yes, but not this one. As we do get our setup here for the low ground, it is going to be a Stalker Sentry Opener out of Strange. Likewise, Stalker Adept here out of Skillous. Interesting. Is moving out. Behind this, throwing down his tech before his expansion. Stargate Opener for a second time. If you recall, we saw the same build out of Skillous in Game 2. In that last game. Skillous, he was able to get a couple of probe kills. I think it was 4. I think he killed 4 probes into his oracles, of course. We saw the stasis traps were a big factor in that game. They did allow Skillous to have a bit of a stronger defense than otherwise we would have seen, but I mean, still, Strange did break through nonetheless. Was able to bait out multiple of those stasis traps. Otherwise, it could have been a defense for Skillous. Could have been enough. Meanwhile, Strange going for his tech. It is going to be a Twilight Council into Blink. Oh, speaking of Twilight Council, hello. Strange going for the proxy. Probe is in position. Twilight Council about to finish. Are we going for a set? Oh, no, we're not. We are not. Skillous, he has the Zelnaga himself. He does spot the pylon. Skillous is aware. He is aware of the proxy. Oracle dives into the main. Stalkers are ready. So far, so good. Interestingly enough, this time Skillous, he only makes 1 Oracle. If you remember, last game a second Oracle was made. Because of that, the tech was delayed a little bit further here for Strange, but not this time. This time just 1 Oracle into a faster Twilight Council into faster Blink. Of course, Blink is still faster for Strange, but alas, Skillous is not too far behind. Does rotate with the Oracle. Likewise, Pylon's being shut down. Strange takes the 3rd base. I believe Skillous has yet to confirm, but does spot the probe. That is a tell. He checks and confirms. So is aware of the 3rd. Behind this, getting his own. So both players calming down and macroing up. As we mentioned, welcome one and all to Amygdala. Amygdala is a very large map in the map pool. It is known for more later game stages, like the mid game, the late game as well, just because of how large the map is and how defendable these bases are as well. This is why I expect Strange to play the same. There's that Forge. I believe this Forge is later this time for Strange. It is a little bit later than we saw previously, but it is still earlier than Skillous's. But not by too much. If you recall, last game, Strange, he already had +1 in progression. It was already on the way. It had already begun by the time Skillous started his own Forge. So this time, the Forge is much faster for Skillous. So that kind of gap here where he's down in upgrades is not as large. Likewise, he pokes in. Pokes in towards the Nexus. Hoping to bait out the army. Stasis Trap is set. Skillous trying to lure the army out. Hoping to lure him out. Oracles into the main, they get deflected. Double it up towards the natural base. Strange out of position, does pull away, but where's the warp in? Now where's the army? Oh. Stasis going off, head up, stay shade in, 2 probes going down. Strange, he pulls away, but 4 probes get caught. And nice big share from Skillous. Adepse shade in. Going for the stasis. Is denied, but still 5 probes going down. That's a lot of damage for 2 Adepts. A lot of damage. Dust is settling. +1 is finishing, getting into +2. I don't expect Strange to be aggressive. I expect more of the same. I expect him to saturate his third base, throw down his own Temple Archives, getting into Archon production, getting a fourth base as well, taking all of his gases, getting into +2. The +2 is on the way, into +3. SKillous though, being active once again. And it's on SKillous to find some damage to try to pull Strange apart. Let's head out towards that natural. There is an observer in position. Spots the stalkers. Strange, he responds. SKillous moves in, but Strange is ready. SKillous gets a fourth. And this time, SKillous taking into that bay a lot faster. I do appreciate this, actually. Considering that he believes, and I believe as well, that Strange is going to be more defensive, because Strange is being so passive, now is the time to be greedy. Cut corners, get a faster fourth base, get faster production, get faster tech as well. Here we go. Bay's on the way into disruptors. Main armies, they clash for a moment, but I believe that SKillous, he should be able to get away with earlier disruptor production and an earlier greater army as well as a result. Strange looking to expand. Later fourth base for the blue Protoss. +2 is still finishing up. Ooh, that's a War Prism. That is a War Prism on the way. Strange, he is not expanding for good reason. He doesn't intend to. Strange is pushing, and he is hoping to hit that timing with +2. SKillous, it's on the red Protoss to slow him down. He needs to keep Strange busy. Strange is rotating. SKillous pulls away. Strange is supply blocked. He needs those pylons. Prison has arrived. We can see SKillous going for a counterattack at the same time. He's setting up here on the high ground. Strange is committed. At this point, Strange is all in. He has to end the game with this army. But remember, disruptors are massing up. Up! Oh my god. Whew, does notice, thanks to the observer. Observer shuts down the stasis. Another stasis on the way. Army poking in. Disruptor has arrived. Is vulnerable, is exposed. Gets the stasis. Wing is on cooldown. Nova goes up. Up! Massive connection! Stalker's going down. Another Nova as well. This time it will not connect. But a good start for SKillous. Now that's against Strange. He's all in. Goes from the Warping of Zealots. With the Prism. Not quite. As the Prism is behind this. And so far, Strange, he has a good angle. He does have the Concave. Still only one Immortal. And barely not actually engaging. Oh. As Strange, he is trying to wreak havoc here. Another Nova goes off. Ooh, takes out a Stalker. More Zealots warping in. Strange needs to get more damage done here. Needs to break through. There we go. 15 probes going down. Finally, the natural base goes down. And can he get on top of that Robo? There's still that one Disruptor. He's going to be rallied in. Disruptor goes down. Robo's under fire. Going for the pylon. Warping's going to finish. Likewise, Strange barely saving that Immortal. That's still a lot of Stalkers for SKillous, though. That's a lot of Stalkers. He's also in the water. He goes to the dive. Brings down the Immortal. Very patient play here by SKillous. Did lose the base, did lose the mineral line. But SKillous is not that far behind economically. Takes down all the Zealots. Dives in, going for the Prism. Prism goes down as well. No more reinforcements, and it's a one-way trip here. Strange, he's stuck. He has to recall out of here. Does recall back home. And as the dust settles, it's 3 base versus 3 base. Strange, he does have a higher probe count, true, but he's also oversaturated. And likewise, SKillous has better tech. And I say that, has to repower that Robo and make more Disruptors. As SKillous, he's down to 0 Disruptors, but he has a massive amount of Stalkers. Looking at the units tab here, as 35 Stalkers against 12. One Immortal's good, it's not that good. It's not good enough to make up for that kind of deficit. Strange is in trouble. Here comes SKillous. Denies the 4th. Keeps pushing in. Does head towards the third base. Strange trying to hold his own. Trying to. SKillous pushing forward. Still taking his time. Trading as efficiently as possible. Doesn't want to throw away stalkers. I didn't blame him. Especially pushing into 2 immortals. SKillous is retaking his bases, reestablishing his production. +3 is on the way for SKillous. Strange he never began it. Never intended to. So he has been all in. Oh, hello, Zergtro. Hello. Este Zergtro. It's been a long time, Pappy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Always, always. Always good to see you. Ah, one of the OGs. One of the OGs. Also known as the Zerg Lord at times. Not to be confused with the Brazilian Zerg Lord, but it's fine. As the Prism dips in. Oh, Strange moving forward, catching us some Stalkers. Again, he does have those 3 Immortals. That is a hefty army. The Prism goes down. Prism gets dealt with. Strange, can he break through? Ooh, as we dive in the army. Yeah, we can one-shot these Immortals. SKillous, he gets 1, he gets 2 Immortals. There's 1 Immortal left. And Strange, again, that's the backbone of his army. He can't lose them. And he already has. And there's a dive, getting the final Immortal as well. And SKillous, he has done it. He's breaking this army. Takes down the Stalkers, making his way towards the Prism. Shuts it down. No more reinforcements. No more War Prism. No more army. GG gets called. And SKillous, he will take a 2-1 lead in this best of 5 semifinals match. GG. Whew. GG, well played, SKillous. He will take a lead here against Strange, going for a much more aggressive style this time. He did end up cutting his upgrades. He was going straight into just a much earlier push. He never expanded, never got a 4th base. He went for a 3-base all-in, essentially. It was a big 3-base all-in. And alas, he was unable to break the defenses of SKillous. SKillous did lose a natural, true. Did lose a natural, did lose a mineral line. That didn't matter because he was up a base, so he could afford to lose an expansion and afford to lose workers as he had the greater economy anyway. And with that, GG. GG, well played. SKillous takes the lead as SKillous needs one more game to advance on to the grand finals. Meanwhile, Strange has to fight back here and now to extend this series and to keep his tournament life alive. To keep it going. Ooh, as we have our next game, we're going to be loading into a much smaller map. We're going to be loading into Whispers of Gold. And that last game did tell us as well that Strange willing to be aggressive. Willing to be more aggressive here. If need be. Oh, look, I'm drinking fire. Ah. Let's go. I'm drinking from the fire cup. Beautiful. And so we are getting into that next game, into potentially the final game of the series. Potentially. Strange, he's saying Dragon Mindle VK. I can't do it. I can't do it. Mindle, he's like, okay, I'll show you. I'll show you how it's done. Okay, we're jumping in. We're jumping in. Strange, his morale has been broken. Oh no. Oh no. Wants to get the caster involved. As we are getting into game number 4, potentially the final game of the series, is spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Whispers of Gold. We have the red Protoss player representing Team Liquid. One game away from advancing on to the grand finals. It is SKillous. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player down in the series. Can he? I mean, he has to fight back here and now. The pressure is on. Can he tie things up? Can he force the ace match? It is strange. Just a little bit strange. A little bit. A little bit. Let's go. Let's go. SKillous is going to be settling in. So we are going to be establishing ourselves. We're going to be a 2-gate opener here from SKillous. Likewise, 2-gate opener from Strange as well. The all-in did fail, and do we attempt another all-in here from Strange? Again, we are loading into the smallest map, the shortest rush distance in the map pool. Known for aggression, known for all-ins, not for just calming things down and playing macro. So I expect both players to mix it up here. I'll be a little bit surprised if we see a Stargate opener out of SKillous. I feel like it's a little bit risky to open Stargate, but we'll see. Let's see, probe dips in and gets a full scout. Gets a full scout, confirms no proxy. Confirms no pylons. Out on the map. And we're settling in. Once again, looking to expand, but both players doing the best they can to delay the expansions. Stalker, Sentry openers all around. We see Strange going for a second and third Stalker. Interesting. Much more aggressive build up here, and this means that Strange, he should be moving out earlier on. SKillous expands. And so does Strange. Aces are on the way. SKillous following this up with extra sentries for extra hallucinations. Strange setting up the setting up the proxy again. He went for a 3-Stalker follow-up here. We have 2 gateways back at home. We have a would-be 3rd gateway across the map. I say that the probe actually does come back home, which means no gateway. He can go for slow warp-ins instead. That is going to be a Robo opener. Very interesting. Robo back at home for earlier Immortal production. Strange does move out, but does not set up a proxy. Scouty checks. Twilight Council opener out of SKillous. You can try to poke in, but SKillous does have extra sentries, extra force fields. He should be fine. He can lock this army down. Strange reinforcing with Adepts. Of course, 2 Adepts taking 1-shot probes. Oh. SKillous, he pulls away. Does pull away initially. Forge out of Strange. So this is something that Hero is very fond of as well, is a much more defensive setup. What does this mean? Early +1 and early Immortal production. So Strange is going to be sacrificing Stalkers and sacrificing mobility. SKillous, he has faster blink, of course. He has blink, he has Twilight Council into a more mobile army, into map control as well. Strange should be turtling back at home, getting into a 3rd base and building up 4, 5 Immortals, and then moving out across the map once he is secure back at home. This can lead into an all-in with Glaive Adepts, true. Otherwise, it could just lead into a more defensive setup here, into an eventual push, a committed push. As Strange gets 4 probes, not bad. 4 probes going down to the Adepts. Very nice trade. Strange back at home, first Immortal has arrived, going Immortal into a Twilight Council. My eyes are on Strange to see if he goes for Glaive Adepts. So, are we going to Glaives, into Charge, or into Blink Stalkers? Each upgrade tells a different story. Skillous poking in, Skillous getting his third base. Again, gaining map control, containing Strange on 2 bases, but Strange is intentionally staying on 2 bases anyway. Intentionally going into 2-base play. And there it is, no Glaives, going to be Charge. So with this Skillous, he's completely skipping Blink. It's going straight Immortal into Charge. Nice force fields locking down the army. Pylon goes down. Pylon does full, going for the Gas Geyser as well. 1 sentry gets picked off, trading 1 for 1. Better trading for Skillous. Takes down 2 sentries. And does not mind to get the Gas Geyser. Adept stays shady behind the middle line, distracting the Protoss, distracting Strange. He dives in. Oh my god, he gets 1. He gets another sentry. Another sentry goes down. He wants the Immortal as well. He's going to get it. And before Strange can build up on 2 bases, it's being pulled apart. Ay, ay, ay. That's 7 probe kills and an Immortal. Skillous, he backs off. He has successfully slowed down the push. We have a Gateway Explosion, 2-base all in. 2-base all in here out of Strange. He could have afforded a base, but no, he throws down extra gateways instead. But he's already lost a lot of momentum. He's lost so much momentum already here. Losing Stalkers, Sentries, Immortals. Skillous, all he has to do here is reinforce and to stay aggressive, to keep tabs on Strange. He needs to be outside of the base. He needs to be here to slow down the push or to catch any kind of earlier move out. Skillous, he could even dive into the main. He could, and he will. Leashes to the main base. Going for the Artosis Pylon. Oh no! Pylon's under fire. Pylon goes down, depowering the Robo, delaying the Prism. As Strange is going to be pushing. With that War Prism. Once it's repowered. Here we go. It's going to be all or nothing for Strange. And Skillous, he needs to be here for this move out to counterattack or to slow it down. Hallucination does confirm. Does spot the army. And here we go. As Strange moves out, Skillous moves in. And Skillous, he can always recall. He can always recall back home. Strange, he turns around. Skillous is ready for him. Oh. Blinking away. And again, this is all just about buying time. The Prism! Oh no! Okay. The Prism is gonna survive. Whew. We see Skillous trying to get caught. Or I should say Strange trying to catch Skillous. There's a recall. 1 Stalker goes down. And again, it's just all about buying time. This delays the push. It delays the all-in. Skillous behind this, getting to +2. Extra warp-ins. Building up a greater army. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Skillous. Strange is pushing in. Knocking down those rocks. So that one at the same time. Strange, he commits, he dives on the army. So far, Skillous kiting well. Pulls back. Again, that's 4 Immortals. That's a lot of Immortals here for Strange. Bust into the middle line. The shot's going to be going up here in the probes. Cannon and probes are going down. Meanwhile, back at home, Strange, he defends. Does defend. The Prism goes down. There was a surround. It surrounds the army. Comes in from both angles. And Strange, he's running out of steam, losing every single Immortal. GG gets called. And Skillous, he will shut down the all-in. And he will take the series 3-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Skillous, he will take the series. Again, did show a bit of weakness here. Strange, he made a series out of this. He was able to take a game, and even here in some of these games that he lost, he was able to threaten Skillous, but Skillous is still the favorite player. He's still the potential Royal Roader for a reason here, and Skillous, he will be able to bounce back and to get the win. GG. GG, well played. Skillous, he will claim the win, and that means we are getting ready for our next match. Oh boy, we have a ZVP right around the corner here, as we go from one semis to the other. SKillous, he's waiting in the grand finals for the winner of our next best of 5. It's going to be a rematch from the group stage and from last month's finals, Shameless versus Wayne. It's going to be a close one. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. We're going to be going on a short break here. Take this time, get some snacks, get some food, get some water, get ready for Wayne and Shameless. See you soon. See you soon.